I think that all of us impact investors are given money to invest in socially impactful ventures. By that I mean that social ventures that have an impact on vulnerable communities or the base of the pyramid in general. You cannot really manage what you don't measure. So if you set goals on how many people you want to reach, for example, in terms of financial inclusion, in terms of food security and so on, or climate impact, you need to determine and to measure those goals, which you also transmit to the company that you are investing in. So the same goals that we have for the money that we've been given to invest are more or less the same KPIs and same measurement that we are asking funded companies. You can't operate if you don't measure that. For example, if you are an ag-tech company that provide, let's say, help farmers to get insurance, the thing that we would want to know is that how many farmers you are reaching, which type of farmers, are that like low-end farmers, is that like smallholder farmers, is that like industrial farms. We want to know also, once you reach the farmer, what is the impact that we've done after the solution. Like for example, if there is an increase in their revenues, if they are more resilient, in the case of, for example, a climate shock, we want to understand that. So the KPI that we are looking for are dependent on the type of company, but essentially it's still about how do you impact the communities that you are reaching. And if you are providing financial services, we want to know what is the impact of those financial services on the livelihoods. If you are providing, for example, food system, we want to know if there is an increase on the yields. We want to know if there is an increase in sustainability. You want to know how those farmers recover if there is a climate shock. This is really an important question because we tend to look at tech companies as something different from SMEs, which is true in a sense that the way they grow is different. But the lesson that we know, especially from the startup community, I believe that those lessons are also valid for the SMEs. Like the way you run a tech startup, the way you recruit, the way you form the founding team, the way you measure your growth, especially if you have investors. I think SMEs should actually take those lessons and apply them, even though they are not really high growing, even though they do not have maybe VC investors. What works for tech companies in terms of measurement, in terms of management, in terms of processes, actually should work with them. And I think it's an error to separate both. If a restaurant, for example, was applying the same method of management, the same measurement, for example, than Uber Eats, I think they would be really growing. They would be like in a lot better situation than if it is not managed properly. So I think SMEs should apply many of the things that we've learned from the tech industry. That would be my advice to them.